Hello, hi, and greetings to whom it may concern. This video is for the subject Architectural Conservation Project 1. For this assignment, my group and I have chosen the National Mosque building located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia to conduct a case study on. In this video, we will be displaying our search on the historical background, our literature search and findings from fieldwork. In the first slide is our table of content, and I will start by topic 1.0 Introduction. The National Mosque of Malaysia, also known as Masjid Negara Malaysia in Malay, is a very staple landmark known for its prominent architectural features, and it is located in Jalan Sultan Hishamuddin, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This mosque is built and spread across 13 acres of gardens, and it has a very large capacity holding of 15,000. It consists of a main prayer hall with 4 major buildings: the main building, mausoleum, meeting hall, and the minaret. Surrounded by 48 smaller domes around the main prayer hall, the building is set northwest to the old railway station, adjacent to many other prominent landmarks such as the Daya Bumi Complex, Sultan Abdul Samad Building, National Planetarium, and Islamic Art Museum Malaysia. In the picture, as you can see, one of the entrances that lead to the veranda and the view of the spacious courtyard, as well as the roof plan view of the National Mosque. Figure 1.0.4 shows the site location of the National Mosque and the site context with each of the location of the landmarks surrounding it. Number 1 shows the old railway station. Number 2 shows the Daya Bumi complex. And the third one shows the Islamic Art Museum Malaysia, followed by number 4, which is the National Planetarium. Moving on to topic 2.0, historical background. Here is the architectural timeline of the construction of the National Mosque. In 1957, 30th of July, was when the design to build the National Mosque was expressed and accepted by the Federal Executive Council. Also in 1957, on 31st of August, Tunku Abdul Rahman formally announced the National Mosque project. And in 1958, 5th of March, a proposal was made to name the mosque Masjid Tunku Abdul Rahman Putra. And then in 1960s, the National Mosque has begun its construction. And on 1965, 27th of August, the National Mosque, as we know of today, is being completed. However, in the 1980s, major renovation caused the color of the concrete dome to be replaced. Here in the next slide, we have the shortened timeline, along with pictures to show the evolution of the National Mosque. From then, in 1963 to 1965 during construction, to 1965 where the building is completed, and today the National Mosque after everything. Here we have the architects in charge. There were 3 architects in charge of the National Mosque. One is A.R. Baharuddin Abu Qasim, and the other is Datuk Dr. Akmal Hisham Al-Bakri, who were 2 Malaysians, and there is A.R. Howard Ashley, who is a Scottish architect. On to topic 3.0, the architectural style. As you can see in figure 3.0.6, the roof design was mainly inspired by the umbrella, which is an object that the royalty use whenever they are being escorted outside. Furthermore, the umbrella shape also symbolizes that the building is under the protection of Allah, God. However, the architects soon realized that the building had to be built using a concrete roof, which is then further redeveloped as he thought of folded umbrella, also known as payung kertas, shown in figure 3.0.5, where the shape can be translated as it is more geometrical and buildable. The architectural style is influenced by the context in relation with the time and geographical location. The National Mosque was built shortly after the Malaysian independence in 1965, where modernism architecture was flourishing at that period of time. Therefore, the mosque falls under the category of modernist expressionism, which is a style that rejects classic revitalization and ornamentation in any form, but instead it celebrates the abstract idea of its form and the structural expression. Here are some examples of buildings that were built during that exact period of time using the same architectural style as the National Mosque. The next two slides will show the architectural drawings that we managed to obtain for this case study. The first one is the roof plan, and then followed by the ground floor plan and the two elevations, the northeast and northwest elevation. Topic 5.0 is on the space configuration and functions. Here is the ground floor plan, color-coded, with the different spaces in the National Mosque. First off is the veranda, which is an outdoor porch with a roof, and the veranda is extended along the sides of the main prayer hall. Not only that, but the veranda also has parasols, which are arranged uniformly and acts as a space to cool off before entering the mosque. Secondly, we have the main prayer hall, which is the central area for prayer, also known as musalla, and it is mainly a large open space with little or no furniture and carpeted with prayer rugs. Thirdly, we have the administrative area, which is made up of the administration office, library, royal antechamber, and the room of the imam. And below that, you can see the open walkways, pictures that show that there are many open walkways, each of which leads to a different destination, one of which leads to the parasol part of the veranda, the other leads to the mausoleum, and the other leads to the conference hall. And it starts off from entrance A. Fourthly, there's the mausoleum, which is an open pavilion-like space where the warrior's tomb, widely known as Makam Pahlawan, is sheltered. And along the outside of the mausoleum, there are also other tombs of respected deceased soldiers, all of which that died before the Independence Day of Malaysia. Next up, we have the eye-catching rectangular pool where the minaret stands. There are pictures here that shows the views of the main prayer hall from outside across the pool, as well as the view of the pool where the minaret stands. Second before the last, we have the conference hall that has a very unique roof form, and it is where events are held. It is located between entrances A and B, and it extends out from the middle of the main open walkway where the minaret-placed rectangular pool is found. Last but not least, we have the courtyard, and the purpose of the courtyard is to bring in cooler air into the prayer hall. Therefore, it consists of an abundant amount of reflecting pools and fountains spread throughout to give a cooling effect in hotlands.
On topic 6.0, we'll be discussing on the building construction and materials. The construction of National Mosque began with the Kuala Lumpur's township arrangement held a competition to design a mosque, but later on the proposal got rejected. Public Works Department then took over and began to run analysis and collect data. The architects, Mr. Baharuddin and the other two international architects, took inspiration from mosques from different places such as Pakistan, Iran, India, and Turkey. Previous building on the site was demolished to start up the construction of the National Mosque. On figure 6.01, it shows the perspective view of the National Mosque. On figure 6.02 and figure 6.03, it shows that the National Mosque is still under construction. The design of the National Mosque was known for its modernism expressionism architecture, which showcased most of the Islamic features throughout the interior and exterior structure. The completion of National Mosque has a capacity of 8,000 prayer spaces, and minor construction and upgrade has been done throughout the years to maintain the structural integrity and overall aesthetic of the structure. The building materials that was used on the decorative wall of the National Mosque is made out of reinforced concrete, and it is covered with a white Italian marble. They also incorporated decorative walls located around the main prayer hall space and walkway spaces, which is made out of plain white precast concrete. For the floor of the National Mosque are made out of reinforced concrete base and finished with the terrazzo tiles. The finishing floor complements the white interior theme seen throughout the whole space. Located in the main prayer hall, decorative triangle glass panel with blue stained window incorporating Quranic words can be found around the main dome, showing similarity technique with the Western churches. The pillars are made out of precast reinforced concrete for durability and strength, as it supports the internal load of structure, and it is finished with terrazzo pieces and carved repetitive organic design. There are 154 concrete columns that can be found throughout different parts in the mosque. The columns are finished with white ceramic tiles to complement the interior spaces, which is also in white finishes. The base and top parts of the columns are decorated with gold aluminium mosaic. The open umbrella-like roof is made out of precast concrete decorated with glass mosaic material of white and gold, as well as the overlaying with green and blue tiles, making it as the highlight of the mosque. On to the next topic, which is the architectural elements. The patterns found on the facades of the National Mosque are mostly repetitive and symmetrical. This creates a sense of unity and harmony. These patterns are inspired by the traditional Islamic art and Malay architectural elements, but were fused and translated into the modern architectural design and contemporary expression. Thus, the National Mosque can stand slick and stylish. Figures 7.0.1 and 7.0.2 shows the example of patterns that can be found in the National Mosque. The most emphasized and strongest personality among all the external features is the dome of the National Mosque. The folded plate dome of the National Mosque is shaped like a semi-open umbrella. The interior of the dome consists of intricate geometric, stellate, and vegetal motifs. Figure 7.0.3 shows the umbrella-shaped dome. Figure 7.0.4 shows the interior features of the dome in the National Mosque. The minaret found in National Mosque stands 73 meters tall. Originally, the minaret serves as a vantage point to ensure the adhan, which is a call for prayer, could be heard at a maximum radius. It demonstrates power of the religious authority during the Abbasid dynasty. Figure below shows the minaret found at National Mosque. Mihrab, calligraphy, and Qibla wall. The function of a Qibla wall is to show the direction to prostrate upon entering the mosque. It directs prayers facing towards Mecca when they pray. The mihrab is in semicircular form and concave with stucco, muqarnas, and mosaic. It is also arched with horseshoe shape. The calligraphy can be found on top of the mihrab. It represents beauty of the letter image and the message that carries in its meaning, and its stylization is an integration of artistry scholarship. The mimbar is to allow the imam or preacher to stand and deliver the Friday khutbah. It is often raised by a staircase to enhance the congregation's sight of the imam. The wood carving demonstrates the skill of the past craftsman. In the early stage, a great attention was paid to it in religion, especially in mosques. Most of their creations were enjoyed by the royal family and become the symbol of status among rich and royal family. On the topic of 8.0, we'll be talking on the literature search that was done on the National Mosque. On the 1st of August, an article was issued to talk about the all-new National Mosque being ready to open its doors to the general public. On the next article that was issued on the 28th of August 1965, the article was talking about the grand opening ceremony that was held after the completion. Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong attended the grand opening ceremony along with 10,000 other guests. Another 8,000 guests were allowed to join in as they were gathering outside of the mosque. On the next article, which was issued on the 19th of May 2010, the article stated that the National Mosque received Rm 9.5 million to do all the maintenance and renovation works. The incentive was given by the former Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Najib Razak, as he wants the mosque to be fixed as soon as possible. Given that the National Mosque is more than 50 years old, it should be maintained to make sure that the users are comfortable. The next article that was issued on the 23rd of August 2015, Kuala Lumpur National Mosque at Jalan Perdana, being in the middle of the city, not only it serves as a praying location for the Muslims and an official symbol of the religion of Islam, but it also acts as a symbol of unity for the citizens of Malaysia. On the next article, that was issued on the 27th of August 2015, the article stated that the National Mosque was built as a symbol of Malaysian independence, serves as a reminder of unity and peace when achieving independence. National Mosque as a symbol of Islamic golden era in Malaysia. The article also talked about putting people's comfort first. On the article that was issued on the 24th of July 2017, it talks about reminiscing the history of national architecture. A gallery was held at Gallery Petronas showcasing all the works of most post-Merdeka buildings in Malaysia. The article mentioned National Mosque's unique architecture that attracts not only the locals but tourists as well. In conclusion, the National Mosque symbolizes the country's unity and multicultural harmony as it commemorates Malaysian Independence Day. The concept of National Mosque shows the modern architecture philosophy that highlights the spirit of time and space. National Mosque is highly remarkable among the other mosques located around Malaysia, with its own unique features and elements taken from different design inspirations from different continents around the world, emphasizing the Mughal architectural styles. Furthermore, the building outcome seems to create a timeless modern feel, which became an important Islamic community center for more than 50 years and so on. The overall structure of National Mosque serves as an important role to the community, as well as the country as it became one of the prominent landmarks and a renowned national monument that would be conserved for many more years to come. Here are the list of references on where we've gathered the information for our case study on the National Mosque. Thank you for listening and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.